Tuesday. I hope you're all doing well. I know it's been quite a while since I last said hi, but you know, life's been busy and you know, there just hasn't really been very much going on, just because I've been studying and doing all that sort of shiz. But I am determined to do a vlog this week. I'm determined to do something to get back into it because I haven't done any vlogging in like 2 months and I really miss it. I just want to say hi and talk to you all. So although there is not very much going on, I am determined to vlog and share my week with you, even if it is just the most mundane stuff like me getting ready to go to TAFE or going shopping or whatever, I don't know, making a cup of tea, who knows. I'm gonna try and vlog and share it as best as I can. The reason why I'm sort of like speaking really softly is because it's early in the morning and most people are still asleep, so I don't want to be like, good morning, do you know what I mean? But I'm going to continue getting ready for TAFE. Perfume of the day is Daisy by Marc Jacobs. This is my favourite perfume. I'm getting to the end of it, I'm so sad. This is the perfume that my friends and I wore for one of my good friends' wedding, and so it always reminds me of that day, celebrating their wedding. Last thing to pop on is my scarf because it is winter here in Australia. The mornings are icy and the afternoons are cold, so a scarf is most needed on my commute to TAFE. So I'm going to continue getting ready. I got to brush my teeth, put my shoes on, and then have a fun day studying. Happy days. It is a little bit later in the afternoon and I've got an early mark from TAFE today. Happy days. So because I now have a little bit of time this afternoon, I have some shopping to do. I need petrol because I'm getting to the empty side of things. Depending on how I feel when I get home, might do something creative. I don't know whether to do some sewing or maybe even some baking. That would be pretty cool to maybe make something that I can eat. So we'll see about that. First, I might actually have something to eat. I'm feeling a little bit peckish. Some good old barbecue shakes will fill me up for the moment. But like I said this morning, this vlog's going to be just like really random, really mundane. I made a pact to myself to vlog this week. No matter what it was, no matter what I'm doing, no matter where I am. If I think I can vlog it, I'll vlog it. So this is what's happening. I'm eating shapes in the TAFE car park. But anyway, let's go do what we need to do and I'll see you when I get home. Okay, my friends, welcome back to the sewing room. It's been a while since we've been in here. I'm going to confess, not very much has been happening. I have been doing a few of my little bear paw blocks here on the wall and I'm really happy with the result of that so far, but I had hoped that I would have more of this completed by this time of the year, but you know, life has just been busy, just been so caught up with study and all the other things that life throws at you. But anyway, so I thought we'd do a little sit down chit chat and catch up. I have my cup of tea all ready to go and I have also got delicious Tim Tam to snack on as well. I don't do the Tim Tam slam thing. I know that, you know, a lot of people think that that's what we do, but I've never really done that before. If you don't know what a Tim Tam slam is, it's when you bite like a corner of either sort of opposite side of the Tim Tam and then put it in a hot drink like a tea, a coffee, a hot chocolate, a hot Milo, and then you sort of suck it or sip it as if it's like a straw and then it all melts. That just sounds like a nightmare to me, and I don't really want to ruin my Tim Tam by doing that. I do, however, will do like just a quick dunk just to sort of, you know, melt it a little bit around the outside and the inside and then bite it off as you would when you would dunk any other delicious biscuit into a tea. But I thought I would just give you a little bit of an update on what's happening, why I haven't been vlogging. I mean, it's no mystery. I've just been busy with my studies and just haven't really been doing a whole lot in here to really sort of be updating you with things. Like, I've just been living a really boring life, studying and reading, and that's it pretty much. drinking lots of tea too. So I have been working away on this like little bit by little bit. Last weekend I've cut up some more squares to just, you know, whittle away and make more blocks until I am happy with the size. It'll possibly just end up being like a lap size quilt, I think. Nothing too big because I don't really have the time to do it. Other sewing that I've been doing is just like doing hexies in front of the TV, and that's it. Just really boring, kind of mundane kind of stuff. But I do have one big project I want to start, and I'll possibly start that and vlog it in the next couple of weeks. I only have 2 more weeks until I finish my course. If you are new here or you've forgotten, whichever way, I'm not offended. But this year I've been studying a library and information course, and I've been really enjoying it. It's been something that's been so left field of what I'm into. I've always pursued lots of really creative courses, creative kind of career paths. So at the start of the year, I was just trying to think of what the year had in store for me, and I don't know what made me think of doing this course. I can't remember, but yeah, I decided to enroll in this library course, and I have been really enjoying it. It's just so different to, you know, what I usually do. It's just been really interesting learning how a library works and discovering a wonderful world of book reading. So I have 2 more weeks until I finish this course, and then I will be qualified to be a library assistant and start sort of applying for that kind of job in a library. After my course finishes, we have a 2-week break until the next sort of semester begins, and I'm going to be doing the next course that's after this course. So I'm doing a certificate 3 level. Next term I'll be doing a certificate 4 level. The next sort of certificate level just goes that next sort of step in learning about library and information services and all the little things that you need to know to work in a library. So I decided to do the next course because I was just really enjoying it. There is so many different possibilities to go with this sort of qualification. You don't have to just work in a library. You can work in museums, you can go into archiving, you can do all sorts really. So yeah, I'm excited to see where it leads, but more so just, yeah, really excited that I'm enjoying what I'm doing. So as I mentioned, in the next couple of weeks I have a 2-week break, and during that 2-week break I would like to do some sewing. I'm itching to get to my sewing machine and to just have like a project that I can just pour everything into. So I've decided to make a quilt jacket. I've wanted to make one for ages, and I searched and searched forever to try and find the right pattern, and a couple of months ago I did find the right pattern. It is a pattern by, I've got it here, Grainline Studio, and it's for their Tamarack jacket, and it's just perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. You could do just a real basic jacket without a collar or a hood, or you can get the add-on pattern and do a hood or a collar. So I've got that all organized and ready to go. I just got to have the time to just get it started. So I'll be sharing that project with you very soon. I'm so excited to get it started. The priority at the moment is just getting all of my TAFE assessments finished in the next 2 weeks, and then I'll be free to do some sewing, I feel. So apart from that, I'm going to dunk my Tim Tam in my tea now. It's been sitting there waiting ever so patiently for me to eat it. I've got to eat this now. So I remember when I was in the car coming home from TAFE, I said I'd possibly do some baking today. I think I've left it a little bit late. It's almost 4 o'clock, and I know that dinner will be getting ready soon, and I haven't got the butter out of the fridge. I wanted to make cookies, and when you make cookies you need to have soft butter. I mean, I could always put it in the microwave to soften it up a bit, but I think I'll leave it for today. There is always tomorrow to do some baking. And speaking of baking, I want to show you this amazing recipe tin that I got the other week. I'm so excited about it. I first saw them in TK Maxx around Christmas time, and I'm so annoyed that I didn't buy it. I was so tempted, but I was like, I can't afford another $35 on top of my Christmas budget, so I left it, and I've been thinking about it forever. ever since Christmas, I'm like, I should have brought that recipe tin. I should have got it. You know how sometimes you just pick something up and you're like, oh, I don't need it, so I'm going to put it back, and then you just regret not buying it? This is one of those things. So I bit the bullet because I want to get all of my recipes in order, because I have lots of bits of like paper and stuff everywhere. Like I have it all in this little folder, and then I have them all in books, like all like bookmarked out, but I want to collate all of my recipes together so they're all in one place. So the recipe tin that I found at TK Maxx, it is a different print than this, but when I saw this one I thought it was really pretty. But it's this one here. It is by Rifle Paper Co. It's just a really cute little tin. You all know I love a good tin. It says recipes on the front, and then on the inside it comes with, I do have some of them written out already, but it has these little dividers that say appetizer, breakfast, lunch, soups, all that kind of thing. So you can write your little recipes on the little cards that they give you and then slot them in the little dividers. So if you want to do your recipe on cookies, I actually haven't written that one out yet. That is one of the recipes that I need to do. But let me see, what's one of my favorite recipes? My classic chocolate brownie. So I've got that in my little desserts section. Get the little card out. You got all of the ingredients on one side, and then on the back it's got the method, the directions, whatever you want to call it. Just put it back in the little divider. It's the most geekiest thing ever. This brings me so much pleasure, you have no idea. But all the recipes are in this tin, and it's just something that I can just collect all of the recipes that I find. You know, sometimes you find really good recipes in like a magazine or something, and you just want somewhere really cool to like write it out and keep it. Well, this is what this is for. So I'm very excited about this, and I just love it. The reason why I chose this particular design, get back in there, is that it's very similar to one of the fabrics I got in the advent calendar fabrics from Vlogmas last year. Let's see if I can find it. It's just here. I mean, it's not exactly the same, but it is very similar. It's got the same butterfly on it and a few of the same kind of flowers on it, and I just love it. I just love that it's sort of linked to this beautiful memory of opening the advent calendar during Vlogmas last year, and the quilt that I am making with it. And you know, it's Rifle Paper Co. I love their prints, just everything about it. If I had all the money in the world, I would totally deck out my house in Rifle Paper Co. Wallpaper, carpets, all the stuff that they do, because you know, I'm a bit tragic like that. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you while we were talking about recipes and baking and stuff, and just how much joy and pleasure this gives me. I really do need to get a life. So I'm going to finish the rest of my tea and the rest of my Tim Tam. A Tim Tam has never lasted this long, just because I'm talking too much. What I am going to do is I'm going to go find my cookie recipe, write it out on one of my little cards so that it is ready to be used tomorrow when I get the time to make cookies. I warned you at the beginning of this vlog that it was going to be very mundane and kind of like a little bit of nothing. This is a little bit of nothing. Just me drinking tea, writing out recipes, just talking whatever. Hello, I'm back to just waffle on about something. Tea is still going strong, which I'm very happy about. I've just dug out the book that has one of my favourite, or the cookie recipe that I use. It is from this book here. It is Cadbury, A Taste of Chocolate. How good is that? And there is a recipe in here for chocolate chip cookies. It should open up pretty well because it's a very well used page. It's like, it's crumbs everywhere, stains everywhere. It's just, you know, even some batter on it. But this is the recipe that I use. It's called Choc Chunk Cookies, but I just use the basic recipe and then add whatever sort of choc chip that I want in it, and it tastes delicious. So while I was out shopping today, I bought some Reese's Pieces chocolate chips. Are they chocolate? Peanut butter chips. And these are my favourite things in the world. Using this recipe, the cookies are delicious. They're just so insanely moreish. So I'm gonna get a little recipe card out of my tin. I can't open it. Oh, there we go. And write it on. I think I've already got one started. Choc chip cookies from the kitchen of Amanda. Even though technically it's not my kitchen, it's my parents' kitchen. But you know, doesn't matter, it's fine. So I'm gonna write out my recipe so it's ready for tomorrow. This gives me so much joy. It is incredible. While I'm here, I'm also going to add in another recipe that I like to make. It's on the next page actually. So these are the cookies I make, and then we have this slice here. It's called hedgehog slice, and it's basically just like a chocolate moussey I don't really know. It's like just a chocolate slice that has bits of broken biscuit in it, and it just tastes so good. It's just a really easy, basic slice. You chuck it all together, put it in a pan and chill it, and it just tastes delicious. So I'm going to write up that recipe as well and add it to my glorious tin. I can't stop showing you because it's just so pretty. Anyway, let's get writing. So I have a little while until dinner is ready, so I thought I'd take this time to read another chapter of my book. I thought I would share what I'm currently reading, and it is Percy Jackson, The Lightning Thief. This is book number 1 in the Percy Jackson series. I've heard really, really great things about this series. It is a YA novel, so if you're not in the lingo, YA is young adult novel. I think it's more geared towards maybe like kids like around 12 years old and up, almost like in the same age range for people to read Harry Potter. Been recommended to read this one, and I'm currently really enjoying it. I started it over the weekend, and I'm already almost halfway through, and that's just reading a couple of chapters a day when I get the time. But while I'm here, I just wanted to recommend another book that I recently finished reading, and I really, really enjoyed it. It is this one here. It is called Duck l'Orange for Breakfast. I totally murdered that pronunciation. It's by Karina May. It's just a really, really lovely like romance novel that's all like warm and fluffy and just so lovely. It's set in the inner suburbs of Sydney and also France, and it's just such a lovely escapism kind of read, and it just makes me want to go to France and eat all the delicious food. And it also has recipes in the back of all of the different things that they make in the book, which I was very appreciative of, because some of the recipes that are mentioned in the book are just divine. So there's recipes for tarte tatin, creme brulee. There's also one for like a chocolate souffle, which I'm like, oh my gosh. So definitely I recommend read this one. Duck à l'orange for breakfast. It's a really, really lovely, gushy, romantic, warm, sweet read, and yeah, I think you'll love it. Good morning, my friends, and happy Wednesday. I hope you're all doing well. It's nice and early, and we are on our way to TAFE for another day of learning, another day of studying. It's very cold this morning, so I'm all rugged up again, and I need my sunglasses because it is very sunny today. So off we go for another fun day, hopefully, and I will take you along with me again today and show you all of the mundane fun things I do every Wednesday. Let's go. Ugh. Good morning, my friends. Happy Thursday. I hope you're doing well. Sorry I didn't vlog very much yesterday. It turned into one of those days where once I got home from TAFE, lots of things happened without me really remembering that they were going to happen. So it is the next day, Thursday, and it is my day off from TAFE today. I don't go back till next week, which is nice. Next week is my last week of the course, and it's very exciting. But this morning I am off out with my brother and my mum. We're going to go to Costco and just have a bit of a mooch, bit of a browse, and of course I'm going to take you along with me. And hopefully today I'll also be able to or maybe this afternoon, swing out to my local library because I have library books to return. You are also balancing on the other book that I borrowed because it's a real thick one. So the other week I finished this book, Normal People by Sally Rooney. Really popular book. I think a lot of people either like it or hate it. I enjoyed it. Once I got into the rhythm of the writing, I read it in a day. It was just one of those ones where I just wanted to know what happened. Even though I didn't really quite get the ending. I don't know, it is what it is. I still liked it once I got into the flow of how it was written. Anyway, I'm going to finish getting ready. I'm going to put my Mickey Mouse watch on. And then we'll get going to Costco. And I'll bring you along and see what we can buy that we don't need in bulk. Well, good evening, my friends, and happy Sunday. Hope you're all doing well. I'm sorry I haven't been vlogging over the last couple of days. It has been really busy. I've just been stuck in front of my computer for the last 2.5 days trying to finish the very last assessment that I have for my course, and it's just been one of those assessments that has just been one thing after another, and it's just been really faffy, you know, like lots of little elements, and it just took forever. I'm still not finished, but I should be able to finish the rest of it in class tomorrow and then hand it in. And it's a really like complicated topic as well. It's all about like cataloging and all the nitty-gritty stuff that comes with doing all of that, and policies and procedures, and just a bit of a nightmare. But we are on the home straight, which I am very happy about. So it is almost 7 o'clock and I've had enough for the day, so I'm just going to sit and watch something on the TV and make some hexies. I would like to make some more smaller hexie flowers out of my little smaller hexies. These are a 1-inch hexie, so they're really tiny compared to these ones that I usually make. So I'm going to add to my collection and just make some more tonight using this big tub of scraps that I keep for my hexies. Anything little enough to make a hexie goes into that tub. It's overflowing because I can't throw anything away. I'm a terrible hoarder when it comes to like little baby scraps of fabric. I'm like, I can do something with that, mainly a hexie. The reason why I'm so inspired to make smaller hexie flowers using my 1-inch templates is because I was watching on Netflix the other day the last season of Never Have I Ever, which is a really fun show to watch. But in that show, one of the characters, she was wearing this amazing quilted dress with Dresden plates on it. Tiny little mini Dresden plates. The sleeves were all like gathered, and it was like almost like a pinafore type dress with these really cool sleeves, but it was beautiful quilted Dresden plate design. I was like, look at her dress, that's amazing. So it has inspired me to maybe go down the path of making my quilt jacket that I think I've mentioned to you that I'm going to make in the school holidays or in my TAFE holiday break. I think I might change the idea that I had and make little mini hexies flowers and put that into the quilt jacket. Okay, so I've just done a really quick search for that dress I was talking about, and it's this one. So it's like an apron dress, and it has these really cool sleeves, but it's quilted and it's got Dresden plates in it. When I saw that, I was like, oh, look at that dress. So I'm inspired to do something a little bit like that for my quilt jacket. So to do that, I need to make some more little hexie flowers using these. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna raid my stash and make some little hexies just to chill my brain. Are you gonna come join me? Come on in. Oh, look, he's coming to have a cuddle. Hello. My puppy. Oh, my gorgeous boy. Hello. Okay. He's the jolly boy. Yes. The time of night where we come and we have a cuddle, isn't it? Yes. Yes, it's cuddle time. Down you go then. Yeah. Cuddle time. Got his monkey down there too. Monkey. Do you want your monkey? Do you want it? You take it gently. Anyway, shall we do some sewing? Yeah. So tonight I'm going to watch Solo, a Star Wars story, because I am currently working my way through the Star Wars saga. I've just finished watching The Bad Batch and it was very good. Highly recommend. I've watched everything from Phantom Menace all the way through like Clone Wars and Bad Batch, and now we're up to Solo and I'm enjoying it immensely. Star Wars is amazing. Anyway, enough geeking, more sewing. Yes. Well, good evening my friends and happy Monday. It's actually the end of the day. It's like almost 9 o'clock at night and I have woken the dog. Hi puppy. Hi gorgeous boy. You're having a nice sleep and then I started talking. I'm sorry. But yes, it is Monday and it's the end of the day and I've just finished editing the vlog that you are watching now. You know, gold star and a big high five to you if you have gotten this far in the vlog and are still watching and are interested in whatever it is that I'm waffling on about. So thank you very much for sticking with me. I'm not going to talk too much today, but I'm going to show you a couple of the hexie flowers that I have finished so far. I made one last night and finished one today, so that's good. Add it to the pile of hexie flowers that I have for that idea that I shared with you yesterday. But to end this vlog, I'm going to share with you some footage I think I did back in May, and I wanted to share it with you because it's a project that I did and it's very, very special to me because the end project is something that I just absolutely love and it just represents everything that I am behind the camera in my sort of private life, I guess. And I just wanted to share it with you because it just brings me lots of joy and happiness. So it is back in May when the weather was just a little bit warmer. So it's an embroidery project that I did, just jazzing up an old jumper that I found and wanted to upcycle, and I really love the results. So I'm going to show that to you and end the vlog with it. So thank you so much for watching and I promise I will see you all again sometime very, very soon. I'll try not to make it so long between vlogs, I promise. So I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye. Well, good afternoon my friends and happy Saturday. It's the 22nd of April and I hope you're all doing well. It has been a good minute since I last vlogged and said hi to you. You know, life has just been crazy and you know, nothing much has really been happening. Not much in the sewing room. Anyway, it's only within the last week or so that I have come back and reunited with my sewing machine and done a couple more of my little bear ball blocks. Look, you can see the design wall is filling up a little bit more and it's very exciting. This quilt is just going to be so lovely and autumnal and fun and chaotic and just intense on the eyes, and it's everything that I love about quilting and using like mix matchy scrappy type fabrics. I just love it. So that is a project that's slowly going on in the background and I come back and do some blocks when I can, and yeah, it'll get done eventually. But today I have very excitedly pulled out my embroidery machine. I've set it all up and I have an idea to spark up, reuse, just make a new jumper a little bit better than what it was. I was doing a big wardrobe clear out last weekend and I came across this black hoodie that used to have a Hufflepuff embroidery on it. As much as I still love Harry Potter and, you know, love associating myself as being a Hufflepuff, I've moved on from it. So I'm going to redesign and do something a little bit different with this black hoodie. And I really want to do something that kind of like represents me being an auntie, because it's one of the big things in my life. Being an auntie is very much a very big part of my life. It's a big part of who I identify as. I see my nephews and my niece weekly, so being an auntie is a big important thing. And you know, I want a piece of clothing that says auntie, and so then, you know, it could be like a talking point if anybody says, hey, you're an auntie, and I'd be like, yes, and get to talk about all of the wonderful kids that I am an auntie to. So I've had this idea swirling in my head. I wanted to put on this jumper in lowercase because I love lowercase. I sign my name in lowercase, it's just how I roll. But I want it to be auntie, and I was going to go with like 7 little love hearts underneath it, but that design's changed because I'm working with the designs that are on my sewing machine and I'm kind of limited to what I can play with. So instead I have made a design on my embroidery machine that says auntie, and I'm using one of the sort of floral designs that come on the machine. I wonder if there's a picture in here, or is it on another piece of paper? I think it's somewhere else, but I will show you. So I've made a design on the embroidery machine. I've changed the colours, and yeah, I've just made something really sweet, and I think very much represents me as an auntie. And I'm going to embroider it on my hoodie here. This is the design we're going for. I'm going to go into this mode so you can actually see what it looks like. So I've got auntie, and this is in a really nice light pastel pink, and then this floral motif, and I've also changed the colours of the flowers just so it looks a little bit more like pastel and sweet. So that's what it's gonna look like. I'm so excited. It's gonna look really sweet. I am worried that the yellow might be a little bit intense, but that's okay. So I was able to make this all like built on screen. So I'll show you really quickly how I did it. So when I turned the machine on, I'm at this screen here, and I just went into letters. I chose the letters that I wanted, filtered through to the lowercase, and I'm just going to change the size of the letters. So I've just typed in auntie, and we go set, and there it is, and I just moved it up a little bit so it wasn't in the center. And I can change the size, make it a little bit bigger, which is here. Change the color. I'll just leave it on black for this demonstration, and then we go add. We find our design in here, and it's this one, and it adds it on, and just move it down so it's not clashing. And I think I also sized it down a little bit as well. And if we go into our preview, that's what it looks like. Ta-da! And then from there I just sort of fiddled around with it, changed the colors by sort of filtering through here. It just goes through all the different steps and design elements, and you can change the colors up. And then to save it, just press this little arrow with the pocket, and you can choose to either save it to a USB or on the machine. Just by the machine, saving, and then once it's saved, you just go into the little machine with the pocket, and there's our pattern saved. Let's have a look. Just like that. So here's the design that I have just done. I'm going to end edit, embroider, and it's all set up and ready to go. So I'm going to pull out all of the different threads that I need, prep my jumper with all of the right stabilizers, pop it on the hoop, and then we'll get going. And speaking of threads, the other day a wonderful friend from church gave me for free a packet of embroidery threads. These are proper brother threads. It came into the little op shop that she works at, and she didn't need them, and she came up and asked me, do you need embroidery thread? Do you have an embroidery machine? I was like, yes. And she said, I have a full box of pretty much brand new threads for a brother machine. Do you want them? I was like, yes please. I have a brother machine and I would love those threads. So they're brand new brother threads. A couple of them have been used, but they're in perfect condition. Majority of them are still in the little plastic things. And yeah, 64 spools of brother embroidery machine threads, embroidery thread for free. I was so grateful. Oh, I'm so lucky that she thought of me, and yeah, just gave them to me. Who knocks back an offer like that? I don't think I'll use any of them today though. I have a whole stack of threads to use up, but that's definitely going in the stash for another day. Happy days. finished embroidery. It looks really sweet. I love it. It's the perfect size. The hoop has just bruised the fabric a little bit, but that should come out when I wash it and give it a press. But yeah, it looks good. I'm going to try it on. Hopefully it's somewhat even and centered, but if not, doesn't matter. Yeah, let's see what it looks like on. There we go. Oh, it looks so cool. I love it. I forgot the little drawstrings were gonna like hang in front of it, but that's okay. It's pretty centered. I'm happy with where it's sitting. It's perfect. And look how dusty my mirror is. Don't judge me. I think I'm actually going to keep this on because it is a little bit chilly now. And yeah, I'm going to wear it nice and proudly.